So, let me see, seventh tradition, we passed that. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Kevin and I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Kevin.
Wes.
My name's Wes, I'm an alcoholic. Hey, Wes.
I'm Wayne. Okay, good. I'm Wayne, alcoholic.
Hey, Wayne.
I'm Fred, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Fred.
I'm Al, I'm an alcoholic. Al. Tony, alcoholic.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Tom, alcoholic.
Shannon, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Shannon. Hey, Shannon.
Michelle, an alcoholic and drug addict.
Hey,
Michelle.
Andrew, recovering alcoholic.
Andrew.
Non-alcoholic.
Don.
Joey, alcoholic. Joey. Travis, alcoholic.
Travis.
Steve, alcoholic. Steve. I'm Jared, alcoholic.
Jared.
Linda, alcoholic.
Hi Linda.
Don, alcoholic.
Hi Don. How about on the phone? Who we got on the phone tonight?
I'm Sharon, recovering alcoholic.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi Sharon.
Anybody else?
All right. Okay, I guess we're to what we're here for. This is a lead meeting. The gentleman that is going to give the lead for us tonight, I've known for a long time. Heard his lead a few times. He's a good friend, has a good story, and I'll just let him tell it to you. So I want to introduce my friend Tony.
Hi everybody, I'm Tony Alcoholic.
Hey, Tony.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the token takers. It's a hell of an achievement to make. So, hats off to you on that. Let's see where to begin. I guess I'll tell you what it was like and what it's like now. I was born and raised Catholic. Oh yeah, my sobriety. All I have is today. I do not carry back how many years I do have or anything like that. Every morning when I get out of bed, when I talk with my higher power, my day starts over. So all I have at this time is today. So I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, 5:45, and that's where my sobriety started. Like I said, each night when I go to bed, I talk with my higher power a little bit, and that's how I start each day out, to my best understanding, with my higher power. I was born and raised in St. Anthony, Ohio. This town here, Fort Recovery, is my old stomping ground. I know a lot of people here, a lot of businesses. My dad used to own Mercer County Electric. I never got into the electrical business. None of my brothers ever did. Really didn't like dealing with the public all the time. Went to Kohler High School or Kohler School. Went to high school, did some running around, drank some beer, smoked a little bit of pot at some parties, but I always reverted going back to beer. I think the parties was more like a peer pressure thing with a bunch of people than anything, but I really didn't like it that well. As life kind of moved on, I take that back. I've been jumping around. I got in-laws. My mom and them's all in a nursing home, just running back and forth. So I got a lot of stuff on my mind right now, so just bear with me. My dad was pretty hard-nosed. He didn't mind what his boys were doing just as long as we stayed busy and working. He didn't like us laying around the couch at home too much. We always kept an 8-gallon keg out in the garage in a refrigerator. It was very easy access. Actually, most of my neighbors out of St. Anthony at that time, that's how we did beer. You just went to the bar, got an 8-gallon, and you brought it home. Everything was draft beer at the time. And that eventually changed. I mean, how many people you know that was 12 years old, go there with a cart, they load up an 8-gallon and you go across the parking lot to your home or whatever. I mean, that's the way things were years ago. Not saying it was good, but that's just the way it was. I knew a lady over at the feed mill at that time. I got introduced to her, got involved in some farm work for an individual. That's where the molestation, rape, whatever you want to call it, that's when it first started with me. You know, it's like when you're 12 years old trying to fight off a 250-pound man. It's hard. So you can call it whatever you want. Had a hard time getting over it. Went to church all the time, and I couldn't understand why a God would allow that to do it to me. Just, I had no understanding, no meaning of it, so I was already turning my back on him. I was going to church and everything else just to keep my parents off my back at that time. But I sat in the back church. I did not gather anything. No thoughts, no nothing. As time went by throughout the high school and stuff, the gentleman that was doing it to me ended up dying. My younger brother let me know that. There's very few people at that time knew what had happened. I was more scared of my dad finding out because, you know, years ago that would have been old school. They would have just pulled out a pistol and I shot him in the head, you know. That's just the way things were years ago. Things change nowadays. I remember officers, they didn't put up with anything at that time. You mouthed off, they just beat you, you know, and I had no problem with that. I drank a lot. I had a lot of blackouts. I noticed my friends at that time was starting to drift away from me a little bit more, and I know my lying was getting a little worse. My storytelling was getting a little worse. I took it down to a point where they could see it. I couldn't. And next thing I know is I met a girl, we got married. I couldn't get rid of the alcoholism, so she bailed out on me, I think 6 months after we were married, which I don't blame her to this very day. Kept drinking. The wife I have now after 20-some years, she's a registered nurse, and she does understand alcoholism a little bit, and she kind of helped me out, got me through, and I still didn't want to listen. I kept telling her, yeah, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I was hiding everything everywhere. The kids even knew what was going on, and here I thought I was just being sneaky, and she kept telling me if I kept it up, and I kept reacting the way I was reacting, she was going to call the sheriff department. Well, by God, she did. I ended up going to the sheriff department for domestic violence, which I never hit anybody or never struck anything, but there's more to violence than force. Is language, and I threw my cell phone up against the wall, and that's all it took. And away I went. The judge was good about it, let me out. But I had to stay away from the family for 30 days. So I couldn't see my kids, couldn't go home, and they froze my bank account. Now how am I going to live? It made you stop and think. I didn't know a judge could do that, but by God, he can do it. All they just did was freeze the bank account, and I was stuck. I was living from paycheck to paycheck. I had a hell of a time with that. But I realized what I was missing, and it made me realize what I needed to do. And that was on Thanksgiving Day, my wife's birthday is when it all happened. That's the day that I do remember the most. It was on her birthday, and it's Thanksgiving Day, November 25th. I went back to jail for the second time. Same thing, blew up. Nothing physical, it's just she wasn't going to put up with it anymore. So I went back to jail, spent the weekend there, and I got in front of the judge, and he was not too happy with me. So they let me talk to my wife at that time alone, and she said, Tony, the only way we can get through this is I need you to go get some help. So I did. I went to a treatment center all the way across the state, pretty close to Pittsburgh. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. Glen Bay. That was the name of the place. I was there for 28 days. I got my foundation kind of started, the layout of my home, my foundation to start this program. And after 28 days, I came home. I haven't looked back since. Come home, met with Gary T. Camp at that time. He drove over to my house. An old friend of mine, Dwayne, put me on. He come over, and pretty much kind of the way I like it. He just let me know up front. He doesn't chase or anything like that, and he didn't want me to waste his time. And I didn't. Okay? I realized what I was doing was wrong, and I still didn't have his God theory yet. Did not. I was still blaming him for everything in my life. It was always somebody else's fault. It was always their problem. I didn't do anything wrong. So at this point in time, that makes me the ex-president of the universe. I'm no longer the president of nothing. I got involved in the program. I started meeting some people. You know, you got Steve, especially Kevin. Some of these other guys I'm just starting to get to know a little bit, but there's a couple individuals in here that really kept me going and helped keep me straight. Would actually talk to you after the meeting or during the meeting, you know, and it was kind of neat. Made me feel more at home. And like I said, I'm not going to go through this whole drunken log or anything like that, because we all know how to get drunk. We all know how to what troubles it makes. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. I mean, I earned that seat, so I plan on using it. The other thing I noticed so far I've been in the program, there's people that's been in this program that seem like they walk away from it and are still sober today that I'm aware of. But me personally, somebody was here for me when I sobered up, and I kind of like to redo the favor and give it back. So that's why I keep coming to meetings. I love the fellowship, the meetings, the people in general. Just maybe you say something or see something, you know, and help another individual out. Otherwise, I don't know where I would be today if there wasn't somebody here for me. So that's how I'm looking at things. And I've been in the program now for a few years, and I still got a problem with this God thing. I still do. I remember going to meetings. I thought it was going to start out to be a religious cult thing or whatever. And come to find out, it's not. It's a spiritual thing. And that helped me a lot. And I kept telling my sponsor at the time, this God thing's not working. Well, he suggested to me at the time, don't look at it that way. He said, you know, God, good, orderly direction. And that's how I was thinking of it at that time, the God word. Well, after a few 24 hours went by and a few years went by, and I still wasn't going back to church or anything yet, I had no idea. I went through the 12-step program, talked to a lot of people, listened to a lot of people, seen a lot. Still had a problem. Then I don't know what happened. One morning, I took a shower, and I was driving to work, and it was really weird. I was thinking about God.
Yeah.
I have no clue in the world. Why? I cannot answer that to this very day. Why? And then I got to thinking, which that's not one of my stronger suits. That's usually what gets me in trouble with my thinking, especially with alcohol. I got to talking to him a little bit more, and here I got looking back at the times of when I was in trouble or anything else. God always gave me a crossroad or another road to go off of. Me, I chose to take the easiest route it was and the easiest thing for me. Because, you know, I'm a self-centered SOB. You know, it was all about me. And I was trying to give up the presidency of the universe at that time and just couldn't get away from it. I just wanted control. After many meetings, a lot of talking. I had a chance to actually open my eyes up and note that he was always there for me. It was just my choosing. I was choosing, like I said, easier and softer ways so I could get what I wanted. You know, I was always had a job. I was always scared more of not having a job, not being able to buy my alcohol than I was anything else. So hangovers, well, it didn't matter. I never went to work drunk or anything like that, but I had many hangovers. Just got tired of it. And then as I was trying to grow inside the program, this God word kept appearing more and more and more and more. And I just got to a point where I quit fighting it. I got him back into my life. You know, I was remarried. I have children. I'm going back to church now. My wife's really happy with that. Kids are doing great. Got one graduating from nursing school. Got another one. He's pretty much running a business right now, and they're both doing really, really well. Here, for the first time, last year was the first year that I got season tickets to the Bengals football games. Okay? My wife enjoys that. I don't care what we do as long as we do something together. I could care less. I mean, I don't mind going to it, but the alcohol and stuff like that, don't even faze me anymore. You know, I had a lot of people telling me I can go anywhere, do anything I want. I just can't pick up. I can't drink anymore. And I always thought that was just terrible. Actually, it's pretty cool, you know. I don't think about the alcoholism too much anymore. I'm on a pretty good name base with my higher power. That's who I choose as God. He's also teach me that I'm in a school of learning. I got to be here for the rest of my life. I cannot walk away from it. I go to 3 to 5 meetings a week, and my wife asked me one time, she said, do you still need to go to all these meetings? And I started laughing. I said, yeah, because I'm more scared to find out how many meetings I wouldn't get to where I might pick up or back in. Does that make sense? I probably said it
We know what you're
backwards.
talking about.
Okay? So I just choose not to worry about it. Like I said, kids are doing great. Her parents is in a nursing home. My father died, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. My mom's in a nursing home. My father-in-law had a really, really bad day today. He's got about half Alzheimer's. So when he gets in a hollering mood and everything else, it gets interesting. So I'm a little flighty here, so I apologize for all that. You know, this program has given me a life that I never knew existed. For those of you in here wondering and considering and everything else, I can't tell you what to do or how your life is. But if you're in here, give it a chance. It goes a long ways. Little miracles that pop up. That's the amazing part. Stuff I've never really caught up or seen before in my life, especially with the children. You know, I tell a lot of people that, you know, they're in the program or out of the program and stuff like that, and they got children. And I'm no psychiatrist or anything like that, but, you know, I figured if you're willing and man enough or woman enough to bring a child in the world, then start assuming responsibilities, you know. And that's my thought. That's just how I look at it. You know, they didn't do anything and they're innocent. So it's kind of hard to do once in a while. Like I said, I met a lot of people in this program. This is a very honest program. It's a program that I enjoy. I actually, up to a few years ago back, I kind of dreaded going to meetings all the time. And I was like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I don't have that anymore. I want to go to the meetings. I don't enjoy giving the leads. It brings up some of my past where when I think I have that part of it buried on what happened with me, I bring it up. And then somebody made a statement to me and said, well, you already brought it up once. You don't need to bring it up again. You know, you should be good. I disagree with that. Come to finding out, it's amazing how that area of my life was able to help other individuals. So I wasn't a loner. That I do know. It's all right. I said a prayer for him. He's done. He's out, gone, out of my life. I was very protective of my children, especially my son working for other farmers, you know, as he was growing up, 15 years old, jump on a Ranger, go help feed, milk, whatever. But these people I knew better than the past. And so I come to these meetings, like I said, to help someone else if it's possible. This program has given so much back to me, I can't stand here, and I can go on for a long time on what this program has done. Keep it honest. Keep it simple. It's not a hard program. I thought it was going to be terrible. They gave me this great big book. They said read like, first 164 or 68 pages. Well, geez, I didn't even read that many pages when I was in high school, you know. And actually, every time I read it, I get a whole different perspective on it. I don't know if it's because you grow and you look at things differently or not, but it's kind of nice to every now and then just sit down and kind of read it. And it goes a long ways. But I was still missing, it's like I had a hole here yet. I was still missing something, and I wasn't gathering everything. And you all know that I was telling you up here that I had a major God issue. And here, a friend of mine suggested that maybe go to a Bible study, not to be religious, but understand the God thing. And for the last 2 or 3 months, my hole up here has been closing up, because now I'm starting to understand this whole God thing a lot better than what my own thinking was. So I enjoyed going to that on Thursday evenings. I didn't realize a lot of things. I didn't understand the 12-step program, but going through that, I understand everything completely now. You know, it's been around for 2,000 years. It just got modified, you know, and we owe that to Bill and them going through that and putting it in plain English.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really impressed with that. I don't know what else to really say. I don't want to stand up here and just keep rattling or whatever. All I can say is, if nobody's told you today that they love you, I do.
Thanks.
Okay? I do. And just keep it honest. Keep it simple. Just remember, you can do whatever you want. Just don't pick up. Life is better. Mine got a lot better. As long as I got out of the thinking aspect and the control, things got 10 times better. If I just sit back and think a little bit, pause. Just pause and thought about it for a little bit. And like I said, I got lucky with the sheriff department a while back. They didn't beat me up or anything like that because I was pretty mouthy. I just know years ago when you got mouthy like that, I've seen people get straddled out right across the street, you know. Like I said, this was my stomping ground, going from bar to bar to bar. And most fights and everything else I always seen was always happening underneath that stoplight over there. There's stuff over there that I've seen with the state bulls and the sheriff department. They say it's brutal force. Well, we can call it whatever you want, but they got the point across, you know. Some of us are pretty stubborn. I just choose not to go through that anymore. I got people relying on me. Still have a full-time job. I've been at Crown for coming up to 34 years now. And a few more years to go. I like to walk away from the place. I don't want to retire. I just want to retire from there and go do something else for a few years. That's what it's been showing me when I keep coming back to this program. I keep things I don't get so wound up and upset anymore. Just seem like I'm just a lot more mellower. You know, even at work, the guys even know it. Gee, what are you doing, you know? And they know I'm in a program, and they're supportive. Now, when the weekends come around, they boys like to drink the beer and have a little fun, but they don't have the problem like I have, you know? There's differences in that, you know? I still go to the restaurants till this very day and watch somebody drink something, and they leave like that much left in their glass or whatever, and they get up and leave. Like, are you stupid? You know, I used to look at people like that, like, finish it. I mean, you started it, finish it. And that's how my drinking was. I started, I finish it. The other thing I wanted to also let you know, I was more of a binge drinker. You know, I had like 4 weeks vacation. I could tell you every vacation day I used was all about drinking. All of it. It was like a planned suicide, I guess. I mean, if I had 3 days off, I was on a 3-day bender. And I was good for a couple days after that. It was fine. And then weekend come around, you know, do your normal routine. You know, in the evenings, I grew in St. Anthony. I bought a house there, remodeled it, but I still had the bar there. Go there anytime I want. No, I even had the key to the place. You know, I like bottled beer. I think bottled beer rule. I go there, do pretty much what I wanted. I remember after work a lot of evenings, we used to lock the door, go in there and relock it. And we sat there and watch TV or replay on a football game and just drink beer, throw the money up on the counter, and we didn't worry about it. No cooking, no. It takes too long to get the fryers and everything all warmed back up again. But through this program, I no longer have to live that way anymore. I think it got to a point where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And with that, people yelling at me. I was telling them, like I said, a lot of times, just to get the monkey off my back. I'm not doing this, doing that, whatever. And I was completely lying. I don't mean to rehash all that, but I just can't say enough with this program. Just, if you're in here, you're fighting it, give it a chance. I mean, if anybody could give it a chance, I didn't think it would be me. I used to laugh at people coming to these meetings years ago. Now I'm one of them. I'm pretty damn proud of it, too. I don't hide it anymore. Everybody knows I'm in a program. Everybody seems to be a lot happier. And with my father's death, it was kind of nice on his deathbed that night where you could hold his hands and talk to him right before he was going to pass away. Let him know, Dad, you know, hey, it's all good. You know, everything he taught me finally sunk in, you know, and that was my way of saying thanks. Guys, that's all I got. I don't give a lot of leads or nothing. I ramble, so I'm sorry, but thank you very much.
All right.
Tony, there's a certificate of appreciation from the group.
Well, thank you very much.
We signed it on the back.
Oh, cool.
We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you, man.
I'm Kevin, I'm an alcoholic. And yeah, thanks again, Tony. I've heard you lead a few times, and you know, see you at a lot of meetings, and always enjoy seeing you. And it's a pleasure to have you as a friend. And you know, I guess I'm sure at some point in time we probably run across each other, because I used to hang out down there once in a while. I used to hang out a few miles north, but I did make it to St. Anthony many a time.
Sure.
So, I got one other announcement. There's a bucket there by the door. It's got some green beans in it. If somebody would want some fresh green beans, please take them off my hands. I'm getting overrun by everybody. So help yourself to them. So, we'll just start off here. We'll make some, anyone has a comment and, on Tony's lead, we got a few minutes.
My name's Wes, I'm out. I was a good lead to me, and I hadn't heard you before. One thing that struck me right at the beginning, because it kind of reflected my life too, I think, that maybe a lot of us, somewhere along the line, have to use alcohol to forget about something or escape from something and work for a while. That's the bad part about it. It worked until it didn't. And then I thought, well, I can just be what they call a functional alcoholic. I'll just be a maintenance worker. And that worked for about, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Until that didn't work. And I managed to have enough alcohol to become physically dependent on it. I couldn't feel right without it. So I ended up here, starting over. Yeah. Just like you did. Just like Will did. So thanks for all the reminders. And that's all I got. Thanks, brother.
Hey, Wes.
I'm alcoholic.
Hey, Al.
Tony, yeah, very good friend. I never heard your lead, but I've known him coming in these rooms for 10 months. I can remember. You've been here so long, you're so old, you forget. Oh, I'm older than you are.
Yeah.
No, I always enjoy seeing you, especially Saturday nights. I mean, you come in, I gotta say hi, Master, to you right away.
Sure.
So, you know, and that's just our little joke of getting along and what have you, but you always have good points at the meetings. You have a lot of good points here tonight. I just appreciate you being my counsel. You've been around for a long time.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al.
Wayne Alcoholic.
Hey, Wayne.
I want to thank you for your lead. Yes, I remember you running around. I told me in my lead. But, yeah, I can reflect a lot on your story. Like you said, you used to think you didn't need these rooms and everything, you know, and kind of make fun of it. I was the same way too, but here I am, I'm one of them now too, and I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of everybody here. Yeah, I just want to thank you for your lead and keep coming back to see you. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne.
I'm Steve, an alcoholic.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
Uh,
Congratulations on you guys getting your tokens. Keep it up. Tony, I've heard your lead a couple of times. And, you know, there was one part in there what you said about a bad experience. And, well, whether we like it or not, sometimes if you talk to your higher power and you don't want to think about it, he will bring up something from the past that you want to bury, and it's a good thing it happens because that what he might bring up might be what's causing some problems inside you. I know you don't, as a human, we don't want to face that, but we have to face that. It's not easy, but if you pray to your higher power and have him turn it over to you, yeah. I was at a meeting last night, last night at a get-together, the guy giving the lead had 54 years of sobriety under his belt. And I mean, guy was 90 years old and he really, but he explained how his life had been messed up, how he was in the military and his life. My life was the same way. I was in the military. I was given an ultimatum, kind of like your wife giving you an ultimatum. I either go to rehab, get sober up, or the door's over there. And that's what it was for me. And I'm glad I did because I finished my Army career. I went to school, learned a trade, and okay now. I just have to take life on a daily basis and see what happens with work. It's been kind of slow and, yeah, I can deal without it. It doesn't bother me any, I'm not missing it. But, again, thanks for your lead. I heard it before. It was a good lead. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Joey, I'll.
Hey, Joey.
Well, Tony, it's good to see you again, brother.
Me too.
Always look up to you, man,
You're good.
even in the clinker, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I just always look up to you, you know? I can't express how proud of you I am. You know what I mean? I'm very proud of you. You know, and that gives me motivation, you know? If you guys can do it, then I can do it. You know, I struggled for a long time, you know, just thinking that, you know, I was alone, you know, nobody's alone, you know? It's, you know, we're all family here, you know? But I'm glad I got to hear you tonight, I really am. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Non-alcoholic. Thanks for your lead, Tony.
Steve is so great.
I was a full-blown drinker. I drank 7 days a week. No way I found a student courts. If the courts wouldn't have said, go to the meetings, I wouldn't be here today. But thanks a lot for the lead.
Hey, Don.
I'm in really covering alcohol.
Andrew.
I want to thank you for sharing with us. I know I've seen you around, but where I don't really know. Just thanks for sharing with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew.
My name's Shannon, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Shannon.
Thank you, Tony, love you, buddy.
Yep, me too.
I'm Tom, alcoholic. Good lead, man.
Thank you.
Everyone's very humble. I thank you.
Yeah, Don, all right. I'm Don, I'm an alcoholic. Hey, Don. That's a good lead. Thinking back on it, you were in Mercer County, went to high school in the 70s or 80s, that's all you did was drink.
Yeah.
Because it pretty much there was nothing else to do. At that point, you didn't think you had a problem, because everybody did it.
Right.
So, that's about all I got.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Linda, I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Linda.
John's sister. I loved your.
Tell me what life.
What I loved about your lead, Tony, was that you recognized your sobriety, but you didn't label that with a time. You just said, every morning I wake up, I connect, every night I go to bed, and I'm grateful. And I talk to my higher power first thing, so every day. That was refreshing.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Jared, I'm just gonna say thanks for the lead, Tony.
Sure.
Thanks, Jared. Yeah.
Anybody on the phone? Anybody on the phone have any comments?
I'm Sharon, recovering alcoholic.
Hey, Sharon.
Thank you very much for your lead. It was a good reminder, and you've come a long way. And keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thanks, Sharon.
So, anybody else have anything before we close? All right, we have a nice way of closing. We'll circle up. Who keeps us sober
I put these.
No.
I
I took some of those, flyers from Minster, got rid of 4 of them.
Minster?
Yeah, I was, what made me kind of quit was, looking at 10 years in prison.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
So, yeah, I either quit or go to prison for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some guys who've been in prison here.
There you go.
Remember them Hodge boys from over in Portland?
Which one?
Hodge.
Yeah.
Sean and, it was Sean Hodge,
Got a problem with this, I think
I don't know the names.
Shannon and Sean
Shannon and Sean.
Hodge. Then you had Tom, their dad. Tom Hodge was, drunk from over there. He was being drunk.
Yeah.
Getting fights in bars all the time. He's passed away now.
That's good. I used to hang out at the BFW before it got some.
Oh, okay.
He has
And
that.
get in there with some friends.
Yeah, well, I maybe understanding that.
What's new, Alan?
I don't know the story.
No?
Another day.
Chuck was there.
Boy, I've been down here in quite a while.
Well, welcome back.
One was a pair, we see one, we see the other. But,
Oh.
I got my 2 liter out in the car.
where are you going?
What?
I got Mountain Dew out in the car. 2 liter Mountain Dew.
Oh, I can't drink that. Mountain Dew. That stuff hurts my belly.
Yeah. Well, I drink,
It's 6 months.
Mountain Dew
You
Zero.
know, I gave myself
That's
about
not
3 weeks
bad.
today.
That's really good, actually.
But then
That's what I
today,
usually drink if I have any diet this time.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't drink any dark soda.
it just,
I can't drink no Mountain Dew or dark soda.
Huh?
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it messes with gut.
Whatever's on your
So
heart.
it's either Sprite or 7-Up.
It is what it is.
Did you go over to Indian Lake Saturday?
Yeah.
That's a long drive, isn't it?
40 minutes,
That's not too bad.
maybe 45 from Salina. At most, it's not bad at all. Go to 4-lane to Walk
Yeah.
and then we go over and once you get to Walk, you're over halfway there.
Did a lot of fishing over there.
Good turnout, real good league. Old fella was 90 years old and had 63 years of sobriety.
Oh, boys.
And
Hey, there's some
he
pizza
said
up there if you want.
spent
I brought pizza.
24
I'll get
years
one,
in
please.
the military.
Whatever you want.
He was in
People
appreciate it.
Korea,
Yeah.
2 tours in Vietnam.
You want some pizza?
He came out, retired from the military and went into acting. Went to California and was in acting for 40 years. Done commercials and all kinds of, never really done no movies.
Right.
He done commercials and,
David Leather.
so yeah. Then he retired out of that and moved back to Columbus. That was, his family was in
Columbus.
Columbus.
Okay.
Just sharp as a tack. He didn't read, everything was right here. His whole story was right there.
Everything I got comes right back out of my ear.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that thing. Joe called me up, said he needed somebody to open the meeting. I told him I'd do that, so I thought I'd better not go to that, might not make it back.
Well, you wouldn't make it back. It never started. Well, they waited
Thanks,
6
guys.
Hey,
and
come on.
7. We got
She's a little shy.
Hey, Karen.
Yeah, look,
You'll get over it. We'll start teasing you. Hey, how's it going? Good?
Well, if the woods are, that's the work, so I think by 9 o'clock, I would get heck out of there. They're hot. Yeah, very much.
Humidity. There you go.
Thank you. We got a few areas down in there doing construction. Yeah, right around west of Deerfield, they're putting a house out there.
Hey, Al.
I was here already.
Well, I'm just saying hi again.
Okay.
You left.
Oh, Wayne.
Wayne.
All right. Why don't you get some rain, Wayne?
Do a rain dance for us.
Yeah.
You know, I got time to watch.
I think there's a slight chance to there Wednesday.
They said, might have been today, but it
And a
didn't
little
go
bit.
hard.
Lightning last night.
Yeah, it was last
A
night.
little thunder there at 10 o'clock. That was about all it did. Just a couple.
Who is it, Mike?
Yeah, the sea did about all.
Ever do any drinking in Geneva?
She slept right through it.
Probably did, I don't remember a whole lot. I think Todd Garrett was go there.
I had my
Cruising, I think we didn't go anywhere.
That shamrock over there.
I tell you, good bar. I stood on the bar.
Oh, you didn't go
Unless
far?
I eat some, yeah. When I was drinking, I didn't go far.
All right. Let's say it's just.
Didn't do shit, I always got no fights with me.
Oh my gosh.
I was mountain. Yeah.
You was an alien back then, huh?
Yeah, I tried to, but it wasn't much. You in trouble?
No James Hensley?
Close it.
Yeah.
No.
State cop for you over 69 on it. I told him.
I went to school in Jay County for a little bit.
You know that silver ticket they put around.
High school.
His radar had to be
I
off.
went to high school over in Jay County for a minute.
He told me I'd run 50
What
miles an
women
hour.
did you date?
The glass.
Did you date any women over there?
No,
I don't know.
I wasn't even dating.
Oh, I
And I, when I come to the
He's drinking.
took it down.
Drinking.
Because my hours on the bed at 7 o'clock. And it's still.
D.D. Goldberg was one of them, actually.
D.D.
Goldberg.
That's not really.
I suppose
I did her.
Move my doctor.
I told him, I said, I'm only going a half mile down the road, and I'm gonna jump off on the
Time I
side.
saw she said, well, since you're on Medicare, and you have both diabetes and high blood pressure, that's two things. That qualifies you for a program, but that's called connected care. And I'll have somebody. Your sugar watching, your blood pressure watching, you better have something to say.
I don't know, 5 o'clock.
So, we've been doing that for years now, and, I know, we talk about everything, and one day I said, you know anybody that does vending? He said, sure, here's your phone number. 4:30 or 4:30 in the afternoon.
I want. Shots? No. Oh, he's one.
And there's 4 there's a crew that works in Knoxville. I know.
Yeah, that's right.
here.
Would it rain out?
Just go around the back seat and bring it up. It rides the wind way down a little bit, I think it'll work. The line is hard to see.
Rode up and got filled.
Yeah. We'll see what she says.
You should
Might have to
drive
order
yourself
fuel, you know, if you're taking the line.
5 gallons of diesel fuel on that, and going that fast.
It's not how much in that body you know that. I work 55 hours a week.
That's what was traffic.
I don't know, it fix it, but
He said, all right, I'll let you go. He said,
I
next
don't know.
time,
Like
I see
now,
you out
it's
there,
like
I'm
that.
gonna get that, that's supposed to be out.
Just took it all on camper.
And he said, you go a little fast.
What do them clean shirt boys in Burkersville?
My relatives are clinicians.
Over in Burkersville? Burkersville?
Yeah, Burkeville, well, I don't think they're still there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
That's that truck company? Tom, Venture, Jake.
Yeah.
There's that truck company right there on, 118, on the curve, right
Yeah, I know what you're talking
before
about.
Speedway. Or-
I didn't know it was clinician.
Yeah, that's clean shirt.
Okay.
Old man Tom, who passed away. Tom Jr., and Jake,
Is it?
and a couple other boys. They're married in my family.
I know it's coming up soon.
That's weird.
Because it's not too long.
Clinician owned the mill that my dad owns on
Right,
Crown.
Speedwagon.
And it was Clinician poultry farm. That's what it was. They had a poultry farm.
We had a friend who grew up in
And Dad bought
Fort
food.
Recovery.
Used to feed his chicken and stuff. And then he gave that up. And just now doing the milling.
When I was a kid, I thought so.
It's big.
Yeah.
Down there.
I used to drive for
It's
them.
just the fairgrounds so big.
Truck.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do for a living.
There's only one
20 years.
fairground around here that's as big as Green.
You don't know, is it?
That's Lyon.
You don't know my name.
Lyon fairground is huge
No.
too.
I don't know we were in.
I used to
Back when I was.
drive for Jake, clean
I
shirt.
don't think anybody got menus for a guy out of Arkansas.
He was about alcoholic.
Yeah.
Might still be out there.
My relatives were.
I do not. I work in.
Clinician, yeah, Clinician.
We had a snow cone around.
Spelled KLINGSHIRN, clean shirt.
Yeah.
He had to take 118, and it's right before the dirt track or whatever. They have races out there.
Oh, yeah. That was.
I think it's 118 or 218 or something. State road.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
127.
Yeah, it's 127.
127, that's where it's, driving.
Okay. But I don't think it's drag. I think it's,
No, it's 118.
yeah, 118. Dirt track.
Right.
Yeah, 118, right before the dirt track, through on the right side.
I know where it is.
Bunch of semis down there, and stuff.
Hello, who is this?
No, not on that side. Right on next to it. You coming back here?
We're waiting for our chairmanship.
It took us maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, wow, then you coming back?
Oh, yeah, because it comes here all the time.
Our neighbor will
I started, we rode with Andy.
Oh, okay, cool. Driving back.
Andy lives in the same town, he's just down the road. So we get a ride with him.
Yeah, exactly, somebody.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
good, how are you? I'm
Good,
Linda.
my name's Tom.
Hi, Tom, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Linda.
Linda? Your first time here?
No, but I'm from out of town,
Oh,
so I come visit every now and again.
Oh, okay. Nice to see you.
I'm Don.
Hey, Don, good to see you again. You been here before?
Yep.
You agree with? Anything you want? Al, drop one down here.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Kevin. I'm an alcoholic. And I'd like to welcome everyone to the Sunday night Fort Recovery meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. And those of you who care to, would you help me open this meeting with the Serenity Prayer? God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. AA Preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees. For AA membership, we are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. I've asked a friend to read how it works.
My name is Wes. I'm an alcoholic. This is how it works. Rarely have I seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates that are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go very much to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. But some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we begged you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, battling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power, that one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives into the care of God as we understood it. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7. Humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood it, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order! I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow a principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, a chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear three pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. C, that God could and would if he were sought.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you, Wes.
Thanks, Wes.
And I'd ask another friend to read the promises.
Hello, I'm Al, I'm an alcoholic.
Al.
Today, 8 promises. 1, if we are painstaking about this stage of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. 2, we are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. 3, we will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door. 4, we will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. 5, no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experiences can benefit others. 6, the feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. 7, you will lose interest in self-esteem and gain interest in yourselves. 8, self-seeking will slip away. 9, our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. 10, spiritual people and their economic insecurity will leave us. 11, we will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. 12, we will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we cannot do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? No. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, and they'll always materialize if we work for them.
Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al. And another friend has the daily reflection.
Wayne, alcoholic.
Hi, Wayne.
Wayne 17, righting the harm. In many instances, we shall find that though the harm done others has not been great, the emotional harm we have done ourselves has. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 79. Have you ever thought that the harm you did a business associate or perhaps a family member was so slight that it really didn't deserve an apology because they wouldn't remember it anyway? That person and the wrong done to him keeps coming to mind time and time again, causing an uneasy or perhaps guilty feeling that I put that person's name at the top of my amends list. If I'm willing to make a sincere apology, knowing I will feel calm and relaxed about that person once this very important part of my recovery is accomplished.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne.
And let me see. I think Fred has Bill season.
Yep, I'm Fred, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Fred.
The way is Fred. We need not apologize to anyone for depending upon the Creator. We have good reason to disbelieve those who think spirituality is the way of weakness. For us, it is the way of strength. The verdict of the ages is that men of faith seldom lack courage. They trust their God, so we never apologize for belief in Him. Instead, we try to let Him demonstrate to us what He can do.
Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. And Joey has a 24-hour read.
Yeah, I'm Joey, I'm an alcoholic.
Hi,
And this is the 24 hours, August 18th, AA thought for the day.
17th.
Oh, August 17th, sorry, I'm a day ahead. AA thought for the day. To one who feels he has a he's or gnostic, a spiritual experience seems impossible, but to continue as he means disaster, to be doomed to an alcoholic death, or to live on a spiritual basis are not always easy alternatives to face. But we have to face the fact that we must find a spiritual basis of life, or else lack of power is our dilemma. We have to find a power by which we can live, and it has to be a power greater than ourselves. Have I found that power by which I can live? Meditation for the day. Sunshine is the laughter of nature. Live out in the sunshine. The sun and air are good medicine. Nature is a good nurse for tried bodies. Let her soul's breathing in of the divine spirit. It makes glad the hearts of human beings. The divine spirit heals and cures the mind. Let it have its way, and all will be well. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may live in the sunshine of God's Spirit. I pray that my mind and soul may be energized by it.
Thanks, Joey. And my friend Andrew is going to give out the tokens today.
I'm Andrew, recovering alcoholic. We have tokens for different lengths of sobriety. We start out with a 24-hour token if you haven't had a drink. And this is your first meeting since your last drink. We give you a 24-hour token. Anybody need one? Well, then we go to monthly tokens. I believe we got monthly tokens up to 9 months.
11 months.
11 months. Then we give you a yearly token. Then there's an 18-month token. And then yearly tokens after that. Anybody need one?
6 months.
6 months?
All right, Joe.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm waiting on you. I waited 18 months, yes.
18 months.
Yeah, that's great. You're watching.
That's it, okay.
There we go, Wayne.
All right, thank you.
Good job.
Congratulations, man.
Anybody else? If you haven't had a drink or a drug today, give yourself a hand.
We got loose leaf literature back there on the table. We have books for what the group pays for them, and there is also some grapevines back there. If anybody wants a grapevine, take home, read. We have some back there. Read them, pass them on, bring them back. Just don't throw them away. Let me see here. I think I've got some. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. I'll pass the 7 tradition basket around. And while we're getting started here. And I got a couple announcements here. District 23 gathering September 13th, KC Geiger Park in Greenville or St. Mary's. That's on 170 East Greenville Road. Use the east entrance by the park and basketball court. Meet at noon, eat at 12:30, bring covered dish and friend, hamburgers, hot dogs, pop, water provided, and have free mini golf. September 27th, my annual get-together that I have will be September 27th, starts at 4, eat around 5:30, chili, brats, coffee, water provided. If you want something else to drink, bring it. Bring a side dish, snack, a dessert, and a lawn chair, and we'll have a good time.
When is that one?
What's that?
When is it?
September 27th.
Okay.
And then October 5th, Coldwater, 44th anniversary at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in the basement. Doors open at 1, eat at 1:30, lead at 2:30. The AA lead will will be Sarah M. from Dunkirk, Indiana, and the Al-Anon lead will be Jenny H. from Springfield. That's all the announcements I got. Anybody got any announcements from the floor? Okay.